Who would win in a fight between Iron Man and Spider-Man? It all depends on who's inside the suit. It is hard to say whether Tony Stark or Peter Parker would come out on top in a one-on-one matchup, because both have their own unique skill sets and abilities. Both are incredibly intelligent, resourceful, and strategic fighters. However, we can analyze some of their strengths and weaknesses to try to determine who might win in a fight. Let's start with Iron Man. One of Iron Man's greatest strengths is his technological prowess. He's a genius engineer and inventor who created the Iron Man suit to protect himself. The suit gives him a number of abilities that make him a formidable fighter. It's armed with powerful weapons such as missiles, lasers, and a giant cannon. Not to mention its durable armor that can withstand a lot of punishment. However, the suit is only as good as its power source, and while it's usually powered by a small nuclear reactor that produces a lot of energy, it's also a potential weakness. If the reactor is damaged, the suit could be disabled and Tony could be at risk. Spider-Man, on the other hand, doesn't have any fancy technology to rely on, but he does have superpowers. He's super strong, super fast, and has the ability to stick to walls. He also has a spider sense that warns him of danger, giving him an advantage in fights. However, his powers aren't as flashy as Iron Man's, and he's often underestimated by his opponents. So what would happen if these two fought? Well, it all depends on who's fighting who. If Tony Stark were to face off against Peter Parker, I think it'd be pretty evenly matched. They're both highly intelligent and skilled fighters and know how to use their abilities to their advantage. In this scenario, I think the fight would come down to strategy and who could outwit the other. But what if it was the Iron Man suit against Spider-Man? Without Tony inside the suit to control it, it would be a different story. The suit is much stronger and more powerful than Spider-Man and could easily overpower him. Its weapons would be too much for Spider-Man to handle and its armor would be too durable for him to damage. Even if Spider-Man used his spider sense to try to avoid the attacks, the suit is so powerful that it could probably detect his movements and counter them. Plus, the suit is equipped with a number of advanced sensors and cameras that allow it to see Spider-Man, even if he tried to hide. In this scenario, there's really no contest. The Iron Man suit would win easily. But what if it was Tony Stark inside the suit and facing off against Spider-Man? This would be a much closer fight. Tony's strength and intelligence would be a formidable opponent for Spider-Man, but he'd have to be careful not to underestimate him. Spider-Man is a skilled fighter in his own right, and his powers would give him an advantage. Tony would have to use all of his resources and intelligence to outsmart Spider-Man and defeat him. He could try to use the suit's weapons to attack Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's super speed and agility would make that difficult. Instead, Tony would probably need to use his wits to find a way to outsmart Spider-Man and defeat him, without actually harming him. This could involve using the environment to his advantage or finding a way to disable Spider-Man's powers. Ultimately, it would be a battle of brains versus brawn, and it's hard to say who would come out on top. Who do you think would win in a fight between Iron Man and Spider-Man? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe.